Hello and welcome to our presentation on cognitive learning environment. We'll be talking about making schools comfortable for students. From the physical environment to the classroom atmosphere, comfort is really important for kids who spend around 30 hours in school each week. First, we'll discuss the physical environment. A lot of factors go into the physical environment that students are immersed in each day. The building structure of the entire school is usually the first obstacle they run into. Most schools are built with high ceilings, cement brick walls, and lack a healthy amount of natural light. Schools should be built to make kids feel like they're a part of a close-knit community. In the article, A Comfortable Truth, authors Prakash Nair and Randall Fielding state, "We should say goodbye to the classic classroom and replace it with a variety of small group and large group areas, each serving one or more modalities of teaching and learning. Places for independent study, project-based learning, peer tutoring, technology-aided teaching, cooperative learning, and team teaching all deserve dedicated designs." Classroom arrangement plays a big role in morale and learning. Placing students in perfect rows doesn't ensure that they will be engaged in what you're teaching. You want students to be able to work together and be involved in your lessons. You can do this by arranging desks in clusters or circle U-shaped configurations. Also, to make sure that students aren't becoming distracted by being uncomfortable in their seats, you could have more comfortable seating in the classroom. Students can't focus when they are sitting in a stiff, hard chair. By giving them this luxury, they become more focused on your lesson instead of how numb their backside is becoming. If you aren't able or allowed to give them this type of seating, you can create small areas where there are comfortable chairs so that if they wish, they can do their work in that area. Along with the arrangement of desks and comfortable areas, spacing is important when it comes to arranging a classroom. You want to be able to move around the room without constantly running into desks, cabinets, and tables. By creating a flow within a room and large areas to play, you are not constricting students' movement and creating a less claustrophobic classroom. There are good and bad classroom setups. So as you can see in these two pictures here, the top picture displays a common classroom with desks in straight rows facing the whiteboard. There's nothing better than spending 7 hours staring at the back of someone's head. This layout is unstimulating, very bland, and doesn't promote positive communal conversation. The bottom picture, on the other hand, shows a better laid out classroom. The teacher is at a point where they can see everything, but the children are seated in small groups, which allows for discussion and interaction. There are comfortable areas for students who need it, and a table for the teacher to work with individuals or small groups. Classrooms today are situated in the middle of the building with no access to natural lighting. As a teacher, you don't realize how important natural lighting can be to your students' success. Too bright of lights can make students fidget and become very hyper. In contrast, too dim of lighting can cause students to become tired and unmotivated to do their work. It is important that you, as a teacher, create areas of different lighting and allow students to sit where they will work best. The first picture shows a classroom with no natural lighting. This can be a problem because when students don't have access to natural lighting, they are more likely to be depressed. Think about when you're working. Are you more motivated when you are in a dark room without windows, or when you can see outside in sunlight? Students are the exact same way. By allowing them the opportunity to have a natural light in the classroom, we are increasing their motivation and ability to work. In my practicum site, our classroom lines up with a playground. We are one of the only few classrooms, though, that have this commodity. You can tell by the discussions teachers are having with other students in our fellow kindergarten classrooms that our class is a little more focused and on task. So the next point we'll discuss is the atmosphere of the classroom. Positive emotional experience in school is one of the biggest factors of comfort in the classroom. Emotions can be overpowering and distracting. It's close to impossible to monitor and affect a child's behavior outside of school, but in class, and especially in larger schools, small learning communities can be formed to help make students feel more emotionally safe. A huge amount of noise can be hazardous to thinking and comprehending clearly. Too often, schools are built with high ceilings that amplify the slightest noise in every room and every hour, or so a loud bell shrieks through the hall. Teachers' and students' voices can be overpowered by loud heating and air conditioning units, and none of this is helpful to promote creative thinking and understanding of the course content. Students need softer noise and less sound distraction to help them throughout the long school days. So shut those bells off and have teachers wear watches or put acoustical treatments on the walls to help manage the sound. And remember, louder is not better. Next we'll talk about student choices and motivation. These two subtopics are connected for many reasons. When students are given the opportunity to help create their learning environment, they're more likely to take interest and engage in it. That is why teachers should ask them to create the setup of the room, the rules of the classroom, and other small things. Students are going to be motivated because their environment is a reflection of their own interests. Creating an enriched environment includes several different things. Some of these include stimulating students' senses. They must be able to engage in their surroundings so that they can feel comfortable. Also, it must reflect real life, which assesses a student's ability to apply concepts and understanding to a certain skill set and see if they've been wired into their long-term memory. Another thing it should do is feed students' curiosity. There should be areas where students can interact with new things weekly and ask questions about them, which can be answered by you or something you have in those areas. All of these things can help a student thrive in an enriched environment. My practicum setting is set up a lot like the picture you see in front of you. We have a rug in the middle, and we have different workstations throughout our classroom. We also have our tables set in groups, and students are faced sideways so they can look to see the board if they need to, but they're also in a group so they can work amongst each other if they're capable of it. If students aren't able to control their bodies, though, they do have their own individual desks. These are also used for more of the special needs kids. And so between the physical environment and the atmosphere of the classroom, comfort is one of the most important things in a classroom. As future teachers, we need to make sure we are aware of each student's comfort level so that they can put forth their best productivity, creativity, and learning each and every day. Thank you for watching our Prezi and have a great rest of your day.